All right, thank you for the invitation. A couple of years ago, I was a fellow myself. I was a Harkness fellow. I lived a year in Boston, like Dion. So I know the feeling of a fellow, and I think you guys have we had a 1-year fellowship. You guys have even a longer one. You are lucky fellows. You should know that. And enjoy your time. That's actually my main message. In 3 years, you think it takes ages, but at the end, I was back before I knew it. Okay, I will talk about the National Institute. That's what I'm here for. National Institute, we have different tasks. We coordinate some national programs regarding health promotion, regarding screening, regarding vaccination. Mostly on public health, but to understand public health we are doing also a lot of stuff on health services research, understanding the healthcare system, otherwise it's not clear why we are doing public health or health promotion kind of stuff. I'm on the health services research side. I'm on the intersection between health services research and health economics. I work with Arthur the last 6-7 years on different topics of that. I have my own triangle why I'm working at the National Institute. Actually, because we are in the middle of everything. We are a bit of research, we are a bit of policy, we are a bit of practice. And some tasks we are a little bit more to research, sometimes we are a little bit more to policy. So depending on the project, we are somewhere in the triangle, more to the left or to the right. But having that combination, that's why actually I like working at the National Institute, being in that triangle and depending on the project, going more to the policy, otherwise more to the research one. Just to give you a slight idea of my project, what I'm doing. This one is the bundle payment for birth care. We are implementing in the Netherlands on a voluntary basis a bundle for birth care, really from being pregnant till after delivery. For that we are building what I call a virtual birth cohort. So we have all pregnant women, all children, about 1 million for the last 5 years. We have all their claims data. Being pregnant in 2015, we have the data from mothers earlier on. We brought that to Statistics Netherlands. There it's linked to the quality indicators we have all on the individual level. And we enrich that with other variables like ethnicity, like income, like education. So we have a huge data set. We are actually questioning this. We have the same questions as you guys have. How do we show value? How do we measure variation? Variation in spending is okay. Variation in quality, that's okay. But how do you combine quality and spending? What is value? How do you show value in graphs? The visual thing about it. How do we make it understandable for public? Also trying to explain the variation. We see huge difference, like, I don't know, whatever kind of variable you take, doesn't matter, like C-section in the Netherlands between region is enormous. Is it a supply? Is it the demand? Can we explain it? Those kind of questions. Increasingly, and that's a little bit also where Arthur and I am working on, is trying to implement behavior economics in financial incentive or in payment designs, and in those contracts, how can we think we are rational as human beings, and we are definitely not, and how can we use our systematic biases in changing provider behavior? Those kind of questions, that's actually that's one I'm doing. That's one on the national level, is really the assignment is coming from the Ministry of Health. This one is called Happy and Healthy The Hague. And it's a little bit like, it's not an ACO, it's a little bit before that. It's a regional partnership, so no legal entity yet. But there's a whole collaboration between GPs, hospital, etc. And also there we are building an infrastructure. Actually, we're developing neighborhood profiles for them, including spending, including quality, including utilization, and we try to explain at least showing them what the differences are between those neighborhoods, by including also GP care, hospital care. That's what we're doing. And we are really from the National Institute trying to help them. How do you visualize those differences, and how can you use those differences to inform policymakers, and how do we do that? Does we get those kinds of figures really showing them where are the different, where does it clusters, in which neighborhood, how should you prioritize your task, your interventions, etc. I saw a lot of your at least the names of your projects. Quite a lot are actually quite common. I've got the same question: how do we do it in the task we have in the next coming years? So I was a fellow myself, and I know that also my mentor really liked enjoying having fellows and also having the discussion with the international people. For me, it's the same. I hope that's at least visit us sometimes and have discussion about what you're doing and where can we learn from each other. That's it in 5 minutes.